Hey there, my friend. Welcome to today's video. My name is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. I'm the founder at the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. In today's video, we're going to cover how to lower your diastolic blood pressure naturally, quickly, with some research-proven tips. Today, we're going to actually give you some exact advice on stuff to eat, what to do with your alcohol intake, how to sleep better to lower your diastolic pressure, and some proven research supplements that actually do work. I know you're going to learn a ton, so get out your pen and paper, take some notes, and let's dive on in. All right, so let's get into today's video on how to lower your diastolic blood pressure quickly, safely, and naturally. And before we get into the research-proven tips I have for you in today's video, I first want to define what diastolic blood pressure is and why that's different from systolic blood pressure. And because you've been to a doctor's office before, you've gotten your blood pressure reading and you had a top number, which is your systolic, over a bottom number, which is your diastolic. So essentially how the heart works is your heart is a pump, and when it contracts, it shoots blood throughout all your arteries to give oxygen and nutrients to all your vital tissues. So your systolic, that top number, is the peak pressure that's recorded as your heart's contracting and it ejects that blood out. What is the biggest pressure in those key arteries? And when your heart relaxes and refills in blood, what is the resting pressure? That's the diastolic blood pressure. So when your heart is between beats and it's filling with blood and it's relaxed, the pressure that's recorded at that moment is your diastolic. So if you have a high diastolic blood pressure, what essentially that means is there's high pressure in those arteries all the time between heartbeats. And the reason that's a problem is because we don't want constant high pressure running through those arteries. Imagine that you had a hose that's like your key arteries, and if you constantly threw lots of water through there, it's eventually going to wear and tear and damage and cause inflammation to those key arteries. So what we do want is a diastolic blood pressure reading below 80. And so 120 over 80 is that gold standard blood pressure. 120 systolic, 80 diastolic. When that diastolic number gets above 90, that's when we say you have diastolic hypertension, which is high blood pressure. And things only get worse as that number creeps up. So we want both a healthy systolic and a healthy diastolic. And the things we're going to cover in this video are going to lower your diastolic, but they'll also help with the systolic number as well. So let's get into the tips. The first place we need to start when anyone comes to us and they're like, I want to improve my blood pressure, Dr. A, is we need to clean up your nutrition. Eating processed foods high in sodium that are high in trans fats and bad fats is one of the fastest ways to actually increase your diastolic blood pressure. So naturally, when we clean up nutrition and we eat unprocessed healthy foods, we can lower that diastolic pressure and very quickly, in fact. And so a quick example that we like to teach here at the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project is the idea of building perfect plates. When you eat throughout the day, your plates of food should look something like this. Half of your plate should be filled with some kind of veggie you love, preferably green. A lot of these green veggies are research proven to help lower your blood pressure. And then also a quarter of your plate should be filled with some kind of protein you love. Higher protein intakes also help lower diastolic blood pressure. And then the final quarter can be carbs or healthy fats. Healthy carbs or healthy fats. I'm not saying have soda or sugar or stuff like that, but there's a little bit of a quinoa, some brown rice, some sweet potatoes. You can still enjoy some healthy non-processed carbs and lower your diastolic blood pressure. And the reason we like to talk about perfect plates as opposed to how many proteins, calories, and fats you need is because it makes it a lot more simple. And the idea here is eat healthy foods that don't come in boxes or cans and aren't super processed, and have good portion guidelines where you're eating proteins, veggies, and some non-processed carbs and healthy fats. And we have full resources here at the Fit Father Project and Fit Mother Project. When you scroll below in the description, we have a full meal plan. We'll send straight to your email. We have our Fit Father meal plan and our Fit Mother meal plan. All those are linked below in the description. So if you want access and some better tips and some deeper dive stuff on nutrition, that is there for you. But we want to go through the rest of this video because there's some other important tips that we're going to cover. Number two is a lot of people believe when they need to lower their blood pressure, they need to go do a lot of vigorous exercise. And that's simply not the case. One of the best things you can do to lower your diastolic blood pressure is to do a 30-minute walk every single day. Fact of the matter is, so many of us are just not active enough, and our bodies are actually built to move. And we're sitting on our butts all day. That can actually increase our blood pressure. And so one thing we want to do is get a 30-minute walk, ideally in the morning, or after one of your big meals, and it's gonna get your circulation system pumping. Notice this is not vigorous exercise. 30-minute walking is enough to lower your blood pressure reliably. And this is research proven. And as a bonus, if you can also accumulate 90 minutes of more vigorous exercise throughout the week, it lowers your blood pressure even further. But I wanted to bring up this 30-minute daily walk thing because a lot of people feel like, oh man, I really don't feel like exercising. I don't have the time. A simple, relaxing walk with your family, whether it's walking your dog in the morning, walking with your spouse after dinner, can really help improve your blood pressure readings, especially when paired with the better nutrition guidelines. Third thing here is alcohol intake. We want to get that lower than 3 drinks per week. Ideally, if you're very serious about your blood pressure, getting it down to 0 or 1 drinks will be beneficial. The alcohol industry has done a lot of good marketing to convince us that alcohol is a heart healthy food. And certainly at low intakes of alcohol, it's not necessarily going to be super damaging to your health, but I think there's benefits of even getting rid of it altogether. We do know that alcohol negatively impacts your sleep, which can increase your blood pressure if you're not sleeping well. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And additionally, you've seen, people who are chronic alcoholics who have that red flushed hypertension kind of face because lots of alcohol continuously does raise our blood pressure. That's something to consider. So I don't care if it's, a low sugar wine or if it's a bunch of beer, cut down your alcohol intake will reliably improve your blood pressure. The fourth thing is smoking. If you're currently a smoker, this is probably the most reliable way to increase your blood pressure, both systolic and diastolic. So if you're smoking and the one thing you do on this list is work on reducing that, if not eliminating that completely, that will probably make the biggest bang for your buck along with the nutrition to your blood pressure. So just know that if someone in your family is smoking, that's one of the worst things you can do for your heart. We know the research is pretty clear at this point. Number 5, more quality sleep. If you want to raise your blood pressure, get yourself stressed out and don't sleep enough. Because when we lack sleep and we're not getting quality sleep, our hormone cortisol, which is one of our body's main stress hormone, goes up. And one of cortisol's main jobs, in addition to releasing blood sugar into our bloodstream, is to increase blood pressure. So naturally, your diastolic blood pressure goes up because your body's in this tense fight or flight state. So if you are not getting 7 hours of quality sleep, then your blood pressure is artificially elevated, and this effect can happen as soon as 1 day after bad sleep, let alone continuous weeks, months, if not years of poor sleep. Sleep is one of the keys to your blood pressure, and that's why I think it's essential that we talk about this in this video, and we have links below in the description on deep dive guides on how to sleep better and wake up refreshed, how to get your circadian rhythm synced up, and how to actually feel energetic in the morning without coffee. There are strategies to this. I want to keep this on the big picture here for the purpose of this video. The next thing is to lose some weight, and this is really great. All the stuff we talked about, number 1 through 5, all is helpful for losing weight. And the cool thing is that if you lose 20 pounds, what the research shows is that can reliably reduce your diastolic blood pressure by anywhere from 10 to 20 points. And the points is millimeters mercury is what we measure that in. So you lose 20 pounds, you could be 10 to 20 drops on your diastolic blood pressure. That could get you back into healthy normal range just by losing 20 pounds. And guess how you lose 20 pounds? You get your nutrition on point by eating, non-processed foods, higher in protein, higher in veggies. You walk for 30 minutes a day and you get better quality sleep and you don't drink too much alcohol. That is the recipe for losing weight. So numbers 1 through 4 essentially is getting us to this weight loss, but focusing on losing weight is going to lower your blood pressure. In fact, we have program members on both the Fit Father Project program and the Fit Mother Project program that have lost 50 to 100 pounds and completely got off their blood pressure medications just by losing the weight alone by doing these things. And these even changes as low as 20 pounds, as I want to say here, can get that blood pressure down. And the final thing I want to talk about is there are some natural supplements that work. A lot of people believe that they have to go on prescription medications when their blood pressure is high. And that's almost like a Band-Aid fix. It's very easy for your doctor to give you some kind of blood pressure lowering drug because, hey, it's a lot harder to coach you on the things like nutrition and sleep. So let's just give you that drug and that's going to keep your blood pressure under control, but it's really being masked by the fact that these lifestyle things are not dialed in. So this is why I want to bring up number 7. There are some natural things that we can add into your diet that actually will help. And the first one is some cacao. This is dark chocolate powder. This is the dark chocolate without the sugar. This actually has some polyphenols that helps open up those arteries and reliably lowers blood pressure as much as 10 to 20 millimeters mercury. Also, we have hibiscus tea. This is that red tea. It's absolutely amazing. It's probably the best research-proven tea for actually lowering blood pressure. So something you can do if you do have high diastolic blood pressure is get some organic hibiscus tea, brew it in the morning, drink it throughout the day. I recommend if you do, you drink it with a straw. Hibiscus tea is a little acidic and you don't want that necessarily sitting on your teeth all day, but seriously, one of the most powerful natural things to actually lower your blood pressure. Third thing is some whey protein. Whey protein is not just a muscle building supplement or a meal replacement. It can help lower your blood pressure. That's what the research actually shows. And a good thing to do is instead of the normal breakfast that you might be having that might be unhealthy foods, make yourself a protein shake. You know, get the protein, throw some almond milk in there, throw some greens in there, throw some cacao powder. We have shakes that we include in our Fit Father and Fit Mother Project programs that thousands of our program members use. And guess what they have? Whey protein, cacao, and some of these things in there. So every morning they're getting the things that are naturally lowering their blood pressure, and they're avoiding having the sugars and the processed carbs and a lot of the crappy stuff so many of us can get into the trap of eating for breakfast. So that's why I love whey protein, particularly in the morning as a nice shake and breakfast replacement. Also, fish oil. You've probably heard this is incredibly heart healthy. It is, and it does lower blood pressure and improve your cholesterol levels. And there's links below in the description with the article associated with this video on the proper dosing and some good brands that trust. You don't want to just buy any fish oil off of Amazon.com that's not tested. Fish oil can spoil. These precious fats are really sensitive to heat, so you want to make sure you're buying from a reputable company that knows how to keep their fish oil stable, because believe it or not, if you're taking the wrong fish oil, where those fish oils have gotten rancid from heat, it can actually be worse for your body than if you didn't take fish oil at all. So quality does matter when it comes to fish oil supplements. There are links in the description below with the article associated with this video where we talk about some of the best brands that are actually tested and they're safe. Next thing is magnesium. Magnesium is one of the best minerals for relaxing your body, fighting stress, and actually opening up those arteries. What magnesium is a smooth muscle relaxer. And what that means is it relaxes those arteries, opens them up, and lowers your blood pressure. If you've heard of people taking those relaxing Epsom salt baths, those are magnesium salts. Turns out you can also take magnesium orally, particularly at night. It'll help you sleep better, get you better quality sleep, which will lower your blood pressure. And also, generally, you get an effective lowering blood pressure after taking it orally. There's links below in the article associated with this video to the recommended products. And the final supplement is one that not a lot of people know about, incredibly effective, is aged garlic extract. Garlic extract and garlic in general is a very, very heart healthy food. It reliably lowers cholesterol, raises good cholesterol, the HDL, lowers the LDL cholesterol, the quote unquote bad cholesterol, and it actually lowers your blood pressure. So this would be a basic supplement starter stack. What I would personally do to kind of put this all together is one, I would make sure I download our free 1-day weight loss meal plan for fit fathers or fit mothers, so I got my nutrition in check. Two, I would get up in the morning, I would rehydrate, I would brew some hibiscus tea and go for a 30-minute walk. Three, I would make sure that my alcohol intake is really just only on one day on the weekend, Friday or Saturday, if at all. And I would make sure that I cut down, if not completely eliminated my smoking. I'm talking big picture general here. Five, I would make sure that I'm getting quality sleep. I would take magnesium right before bed to help improve my sleep. And I would also take, with dinner meal, I would probably take my fish oil, my aged garlic extract, and in the morning when I wake up, I'd get my whey protein shake with cacao. So I hope you're starting to see that we can really build these principles into a practical routine that will really work for you. And a lot of the stuff I just covered quickly is stuff that we actually give you in our exact battle plans inside our Fit Father 30X program and our Fit Mother 30X program. We can tell you more about that when you download one of our free meal plans and free workouts and stuff like that. All that's linked in the description. Point is, you can get your blood pressure back on track and you can do it naturally. And you can get off prescription medications like the 10,000 men and women we've helped with our programs, but you gotta actually put this stuff into practice with simple and sustainable habits that work for you. But once you have these things in place, you can see real results. So hope you found this valuable, my friend. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We literally have hundreds of videos across the Fit Father and Fit Mother Project channels on stuff like how to improve your heart health and lower blood pressure, the best workouts to boost your metabolism when you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, how to get your family healthy, the best form guides for exercise, all that's covered on the channel. When you subscribe, you're gonna get instant access to all of those videos, and you get notified when we publish new videos around 1 per week on both channels. And drop us a comment below. Let us know if you found this valuable. We love hearing from you and talking to you as a part of our amazing YouTube community. Thanks for being here, my friend. Again, my name is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. Those resources are below, and we can help you get your blood pressure on check. I'll talk to you very soon.